Dawson.
I'm losing my mind.
Really riveting stuff. Okay, so now here we go, fresh out the surrogate and on the gram. I'm not going to see about a snort, but let's look at Jeffree Star, someone who could never stay out of the drama. Oh my god, he's literally live right now. That's actually hilarious.
Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy.
Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Luke and welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I currently make videos about movies, TV shows, and reality TV with a bit of pop culture sprinkled in between. Who knows if that's going to change, because today we're doing a bit of a throwback Thursday, even though I don't really know if this video is going to be uploaded on a Thursday, but you get the drill. I've been on YouTube for... little quick math, like 8 years, 7 years. I've been on YouTube since the end of 2017, and throughout my time on YouTube, I have dipped my toes in various niches and tried out various types of content. Currently, I'm in kind of a phase that's lasted about like 2.5, 3 years, where I've tried making videos about movies and TV shows and reality TV, and it's kind of gotten to a place where it's not working as well as it used to. I'm gonna just be honest, like the views are going down, people aren't as interested. So I decided, you know what, I'm here and I like YouTube and I will still continue to make these kind of videos, but I also need to be able to pay my rent. So just full transparency, I'm gonna go back a little bit and try go back to what was the most popular niche or my most popular era with my YouTube channel, and that was my drama commentary era. How many years did I make drama commentary videos for? I want to say it was just 2.5 years. That's kind of how long my era's lost, I guess. From like 2019, 2020, 2021, maybe a bit of 2018. I made various videos about some of the biggest YouTubers at the time. This was really before TikTok was as much of a thing. It was only starting to become a thing. So I had made some videos about TikTok and TikTokers, but mainly my bread and butter, if you go to my channel and look at my most popular videos, was making videos about Dawson, Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tana Mongeau, Trisha Paytas, Gabbie Hanna, like David Dobrik, Nikita Dragun, Tati Westbrook, Dramageddon, like all of those kinds of influences at the time, the kind of 2016 to 2022 era of YouTube and influencers and drama. I know that it is kind of a different crop of influencers now. A lot of people are also talking about drama involving, you know, the TikTokers, and there are some that I keep up with, but there's still a lot that goes on with these YouTubers and influencers. Some who I cannot seem to escape regardless is like James Charles. He's just always popping up on my FYP. Jeffree Star will show up every now and then. I know he does like random live streams. I still do keep up with Tana Mongeau in the sense where I listen to the cancelled podcast, although that's coming to an end. Might do a video on that if you guys want that. Oh, and of course Trisha Paytas. I do keep up with Trisha Paytas. But besides that, all those other influencers who I listed, like I've genuinely no idea what they have been up to. And this past year, I've been curious, but I knew that I wanted to make this video, so I've purposely not seen what they were up to, because I just thought it could be so fun to see what these influencers who I spent so much time making videos about and keeping up with for a couple years are up to now. You know, they were such a, in a kind of sad way, big part of my life because I made content about them. And I just thought it'd be fun. It's like checking up on people from high school, you know, where you're like stalking people's Facebooks and Instagrams, and you're like, oh, this person got engaged, this person had a kid, except this time it's like, oh, this person got canceled, this person went to jail, this person, you know, did a shady brand deal, etc., etc. It's like the influencer superlatives. It's like a 10-year high school reunion, that kind of gag, you know? Anyway, that was a really long intro, but essentially I might start making videos about drama again with regards to influencers and celebrities and TikTokers and YouTubers. So keep an eye out for that, because, you know, once you do something well and you're in your flop era, sometimes you gotta go back. Sometimes you gotta backtrack. So that's what we're gonna be doing. And yeah, guys, anyway, this intro has been long enough. So without further ado, let's get into it, because I'm about to dive in to this trip down memory lane with your favorite problematic canceled influencers. Yeah, so starting off with, let's go with the Hakuna Matata, the grandiose situations of influencers. Why did I say Hakuna Matata? Dawson.
I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Because you message drama channels! Oh my god. You're fake crying. You are fake crying! You are fake crying! That is not real! Oh my god!
We need to launch a full federal investigation into why and how this happened? Who allowed this?
We're gonna start off big, y'all, because he is the one I'm the most curious about, because Shane Dawson was somebody that I grew up really watching and enjoying when I was really young, like, 9, 10, 11, 12. Obviously should have not been watching him. And I made a couple videos on Shane Dawson, especially his downfall in like the 2021 By Sister 2.0 scandal. I also made a video on his documentary series with Jeffree Star. I covered that. I also made a video about like my problems with Shane Dawson and his content. Like during that era, he was doing a lot of series. He did a series on Jake Paul. He did a series on Tana Mongeau and one on Jeffree Star. Shane Dawson's downfall really happened once he got involved with Jeffree, because people were really looking into Jeffree's past and noticing the horrible, shady stuff he was doing. So then those people started doing it to Shane too. And there is a disgusting amount of stuff in Shane Dawson's past. I'm probably in the description of this video gonna like link to a lot of the videos that I'm referencing if you guys want to take a trip down memory lane. But regardless, let's look up Shane Dawson and see what he's been up to. His main channel, which is just Shane, is currently at 18.7 million subscribers. I don't remember if he used to have more, like if he had reached 20. I really don't remember. And Social Blade isn't much of a thing anymore. I know he had his twins. I heard that on the Just Trish podcast. So 9 months ago, he made a mind-blowing conspiracy theories video. That's his last video that he posted on his main channel. Interesting. What about his second channel? Is that the one that he does his podcast on? Shane 2. Wow, real creative title you got there, Shane. Oh yeah, Shane Dawson podcast. Once again, real creative title. You couldn't even at least said like Shane and Friends or something. Imagine how the other 4 guys feel. Like, damn, we're just the Shane Dawson podcast. Anyway, the human experiment conspiracy theory 7 days ago. Okay, so clearly it looks like Shane is still doing conspiracy theories, which makes sense. That's kind of always been his bread and butter and something he's obsessed with. So doesn't look like he's had too much growth or change. We are going to watch a little bit of these videos. All right, his Instagram, 7.1 million followers, so still quite a lot. Alrighty, so his last Instagram post was 5 weeks ago. Just some standard pics with his family. Ooh, accidentally liked it. And then what is this? Just a bunch of Dairy Queens. Oh, he's trying like a F-ton of Dairy Queen ice cream, so he's still got an interesting relationship with food.
Okay, I've
Dairy
never been
Queen.
excited about a trend in my whole life, but I'm excited. So first you take a scoop of the Dairy Queen ice cream, then you dip it in the hard.
Really riveting stuff. Okay, so he's trying food again. Looks like he's not doing his like documentary series anymore. He's just kind of gone back to his roots of like food videos and weirdness. But oh, that was from the series. When was that? 40. Oh, that's like an anniversary post for it. And then what's he doing here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, once again, food content. Okay. Stuff with Ryland. He looks like he... Oh, never mind. I was just about to say, looks like he doesn't post his kids, so that's good, but... Now here we go, fresh out the surrogate and on the gram. Just don't think you should... I mean, if I was a famous influencer, I probably wouldn't share pictures of my kids, but that's just me. Okay, so we're going to check out his latest podcast episode, The Human Experiment Conspiracy Theory from 7 days ago. So that's 680,000 views, which is a good amount of views, but for Shane Dawson, he used to pull, like, multiple millions, so... Anyway, let's check it out.
And he was literally on the operating table as they were removing his organs, and he woke up and is still alive and is perfectly fine.
What?
It's crazy.
Who are these people?
It's crazy.
That is... Why does that the logo look like it's written in chicken scratch by a toddler?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to whatever the hell this is, Lovers Edition. Ooh.
Who are these people at the bottom? Oh wait, that guy, I feel like I recognize the guy next to Ryland. I feel like he was like the new Andrew, like the guy who did change... Oh my god, is he about to snort? Oh,
Not us.
I remember Shane Dawson used to snort a lot.
We are lovers. Of course you're my lover. You're more than that.
Well, then why'd you say not us?
Well, because we're not sitting next to each other in a love scene.
I think that's his brother, so that must be his brother's wife.
Jared and Sandy are the podcast's favorite couple.
I don't know if there's that much love going on over there.
This is very overstimulating with like 6 people on one podcast.
Sandy was like, I need a pillow for some separation.
Yeah, because he was like, we'll move the pillow. And I was like, I need it for some separation. But we do have some practice. Because
Okay, well, that's enough of that. Do I want to look at his video from 9 months ago on his main channel? He's always in that goddamn red shirt. He uses the same thumbnail picture for all of them. It's incredibly lazy.
This is part 1 of a 2-part conspiracy series. Check out part 2 on my second channel. Enjoy.
Oh, okay. I guess he must have posted this video on here because he wanted to direct people to go over to his second channel because only part 1 is here. So maybe he's just done with this channel. I don't know why you would just abandon this 18 million subscriber channel to just go to that smaller channel, but maybe he just wants to do the podcast, and to him, maybe he thinks it's like a separation from his like main account with the cancellation if he's like on the other account, I guess. I don't really know. It's just like a bunch of different conspiracies. If you ever watch Shane Dawson, like, you know about the conspiracy video. Oh, should I check his TikTok? Why do I have a feeling he, like, doesn't post on TikTok, though? Okay, the last video he posted on TikTok, with that goddamn face that he always does, was the 29th of July. Six Flags conspiracy. Okay, so it's just pretty much, he just promotes his YouTube videos on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, look at the top comment. If you still support Shane Dawson, please watch Nikki Carrerian's deep dive on YouTube. There's so much evil this man has done that is now deservingly being resurfaced. Yeah, sure, but I mean, a lot of it was also resurfaced a couple years ago. But like just the new crop of people finding out about Shane, I don't think he'll ever escape that. But then another person saying people effing change, can we stop now? So we ain't forget. So those are like the two camps. He kind of seems like he's in like a similar boat as he's always been, but at the same time he, you know, has like that core audience who doesn't care about the horrible stuff he's done. You're always gonna have, you know, people who don't care about your past, especially when he has like so many subscribers, and he now mainly posts on the smaller channel, so maybe he's built it up to like the people who don't care went over to this channel. Because what was he doing on this channel before? I'm going to oldest. Test, the end of the beauty world, conspiracy theory. Yeah, I don't know if this was a new channel or if he just deleted all the old stuff to make it look like one. Joined 2019. Oh, okay, so I guess this is a new channel. So he's essentially, in a way, had the second channel and he started posting the podcast on it, and that's pretty much that. Okay, well, that's what Shane Dawson's up to. What about if I look up Shane Dawson drama? See if there's been anything that's happened. An appropriately messy recap of the Shane Dawson drama. It just looks like it's like people doing recaps or deep dives uncovering the horrible stuff he's done, which like people were already doing this back in like 2020. But I guess for a new crop of people, it's like interesting. Okay. Oh, he went on that flop therapist's podcast, Katie, whatever her name is, the one who called, I was about to say Jake Paul, a sociopath. React to already, so I'm just going to show one of the clips from this podcast, because obviously I'm not going to listen to the whole thing, and I didn't listen to it at the time, but here's a little clip to kind of just show the stuff that they were sort of talking about.
When did you get canceled? What year was that?
Which time?
I know. I don't know. One I was part of. Which one I wasn't part of.
Time? No, I got... You know what's interesting? Like, I've never talked about this. Like, it's weird to talk about because I'm not someone who's, like, bitter about being canceled.
Well, you're probably used to it because it's happened so many times.
I wouldn't say I'm bitter about it either. That's not the experience.
Right, because you kind of have to, like, take it as kind of the same way that me getting fired and how all that went down and it affected other people, because me getting canceled always affected the people around me. Like the most recent big one like affected my husband, my you know, the closest people to me, and that was at such a different level because like I'd been through it with the Jenny Craig thing. This was at such a different level where like, if you're wondering what he's talking about with the Jenny Craig thing, I vaguely remember this. He got fired from Jenny Craig like years and years ago when he was still coming up on YouTube because of the videos that he was making. I don't know how this isn't in any way the same. Maybe he's just trying to, you know, talk about how, yeah, the cancellations affect other people and relating it to his job to make it seem more relatable, but it's not, because you're like a YouTuber with millions of subscribers and millions of dollars. But anyway. It really did feel like there was no way out of it, or there was no
it was
light.
Different. It was a whole different level.
It very much felt like people wanted me dead kind of thing. And
which is scary and terrible.
But once again, I'm weirdly, and I think it's because I was really deep. I'm still do therapy every week, but I was super deep into therapy at that moment. I started therapy, honestly.
Sorry, that's a funny place for the TikTok to end. But yeah, it pretty much just looks like he's not. I mean, obviously, I'm making these assumptions on one clip because I don't feel like watching the whole podcast. Sue me, I wanna be wanted. But I have a feeling that it's just a woe is me party. Oh my god, it's so hard. Maybe not like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I was doing horrible shit, so maybe I deserved it. I quickly want to look at this interview that Shane did in 2022, kind of freshly after his hiatus and disappearance from the internet after his huge cancellation during Dramageddon 2/Bi Sister 2.0. No, that'd be Dramageddon 3. The re-up. Oh my god, because the first Dramageddon was not even including James. That was just like Jeffree and Manny MUA, Laura Lee, Gabriel Zamora, Nikita Dragun, that whole saga. And then Bi Sister, the original, aka Dramageddon 2, was Tati Westbrook, James Charles, all that. And then Bi Sister 2.0, aka Dramageddon 3, was Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Tati, now against them and in favor of James. So it's a lot. But yeah, this is James. This is Shane coming back after his hiatus and talking about his cancellation.
What was the minor cancellation and then what was the major cancellation?
The minor, that one was over a story I told on my podcast involving my cat. I kind of used to have these stories where I knew that they would get a big, crazy reaction. That one was one of them. It wasn't based in truth, but it was based in like a sketch I was going to make in like 2010. And I was like writing this sketch and I thought it would be funny. And then years later, I told it on a podcast because I was reminded during the conversation. I was like, oh, that would be a funny story. And I was always trying to make the funny, crazy stories. And my co-host would always scream at me and go, oh my God. Years later, somebody posted it on Twitter and everybody was mad.
What was the big cancellation?
In November of 2019, I did a series and I had a makeup palette. It went over well. And but it was also very dramatic.
I'm sorry, but if you've heard those clips and I'm not going to play it, I don't care what year it is. Bestiality is just not funny.
Every time I would upload an episode of the series, like it would turn into drama. And
he's talking about the Jeffree Star and Shane, the Jeffree Star series, the second one he did where they made the conspiracy palette. So I covered that on my YouTube channel.
Which, by the way, my fault, and then the palette came out and it did well, which the flip side of that is when something goes over well, people who don't know who I am now know about it or they're seeing it. Then all these clips from my old sketch comedy videos started coming out around that time. I just wanted to say something. And then Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, all that happened. I saw YouTubers talking about videos that they had made that they were ashamed of and apologizing. And at that point, I really I was sick to my stomach over it. And it wasn't even like a lot of people are like, you shouldn't have made an apology video. Why did you do that? And for me, I just really wanted to.
Oh my God, he's so deluded. He's saying like, oh, I just really wanted to make an apology for my racist or offensive stuff I'd said in the past. Like everyone was doing it and I wanted to because Black Lives Matter. Like, no, Shane, that is not the truth. It's because like the cat video, people were digging into your past and finding stuff, which at the time was not even that hard to find. Like the blackface, the Shanae stuff, like that stuff was still deep up on his channel if you just scrolled back, which is not that difficult. So I feel like he's kind of trying to rewrite the narrative in this podcast, which to me shows that he hasn't really changed. I mean, to be fair, this was 2022, but even in that last podcast that was from 2024, like it really does seem like he's still very much under this victim mentality and not realizing why he was canceled in the first place.
And I felt so sick. So I sat down and I just talked about all my old sketches and that I wish I didn't do them. And I don't regret apologizing. I would rather, it's all out there, every dumb thing I've ever said, every shitty joke I've ever made. Like I genuinely am glad I got canceled. I think if I wouldn't have got canceled, I'd be dead, 100%. Like my whole world, my whole life was making these things for the internet, for strangers. And when something would happen on the internet, it would ruin my day, it would ruin my life, it would ruin everything. And getting canceled gave me a whole new perspective on everything because it does show you that it really doesn't matter. The internet drama, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's not just internet drama. Like you did a lot of offensive things to a lot of different minority groups and just said and did things that are just disgusting and make you a very questionable individual, i.e. see everything wrong about Shane Dawson's past video. So, I mean, good for him, I guess, that he's managed to spin this narrative in his head to make his cancellation be a benefit to him. tea. I mean, I don't want anybody to themselves, so that's good, I guess, for him. Yeah, okay, sure.
I think I lost 3 or 4 million, on YouTube subscribers. Getting that many views on something comes with a lot of costs. You don't get that many views on something and it's not all consuming with criticism and this and drama. And like, I've never been more miserable than when I was getting that many views.
I believe that. I do think that Shane is happier now with his like small community of people who don't really gaff about his past. He's not as mainstream as he was before. He doesn't have as big of an audience watching him, and he can make his conspiracy videos and his podcast with his family and friends. He seems like he doesn't do many things just on his own anymore. So, being a YouTuber all of the times is very isolating. I can understand that. But also just the idea of not having as many eyes on you, especially for someone like him, where clearly even before he was canceled, that was a lot of pressure for him. I think what is sad about that is, even though it's good for his mentality and his mental health, I don't see a ton of growth or change in realizing why he was canceled and, retribution for the past content that he's made. So, this is why Shane's not someone that I would want to support, unlike other influencers that we'll get into in this video who I feel like have actually shown change and growth. Well, that's pretty much it. Nothing Shane Dawson addresses friendship drama, Trisha responds. Okay, so pretty minor stuff. It doesn't seem like he's been in anything like new. It just seems like everybody's just still, rehashing or rediscussing the horrible stuff that he's done in the past. So he pretty much is where I remember him being, where I left him off of when I started making content on him back in like 2021 or 2022. I did revisit him like 2 years ago when I covered his like new miniseries with Jeffree, when, talking about Jeffree living on a ranch and stuff. But let's check out his husband, Ryland Adams, lest we forget this iconic proposal pic where Shane was on 2Ds. What's Ryland up to? This is also a good sense of like seeing what Shane's up to, because Ryland vlogs everything him and Shane do essentially, and Shane's in all of his thumbnails. It's basically a couple's channel. We're moving in. We didn't expect it to be this bad. Day in the life with twins and a sick husband. Our entire lives changed today. The end of an era. We finally made a decision. Our big news, we've been keeping it a secret. Like, just a lot of clickbaity titles, pretty much the norm. I'm just guessing it's like the same shit that they were dealing with a couple years ago, where they were like, do we live in LA or do we live in Colorado? They were just, what is going on with Shane's hair in this thumbnail? He looks crazy. Where they just do the back and forth drama. So it looks like they're just covering a lot of, their life as husbands and new dads, our son's first birthday. Interesting. But let's go ahead and check out the We're Moving In, because I'm going to see if my theory about them moving back to LA is correct. Yes, I still don't have YouTube Premium. Sue me.
Oh, good morning. Welcome into my office. The movers really didn't wrap my table.
Oh, my shake is shacked and it's ready to be shook.
Oh.
Okay. He's still very much just...
We're going to be going to Hollywood. You can see me coming. This is what I'm talking about.
All of that.
I'm having butthawk tours.
Are they moving to LA? Like, what is this about? No, it essentially just seems like they're just doing the same shit that they were doing before. Just Ryland vlogging their life on his channel, and then Shane running those podcasts with Ryland and family and friends on the other channel. Nothing interesting. It looks like they're staying out of the drama, which is good, honestly. Stay out of it. But let's look at Jeffree Star, someone who could never stay out of the drama.
What's your sentence for her? Electric chair.
So let's see what Jeffree's up to. So looks like Jeffree just uses his YouTube channel now to promote his makeup brand, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and just do promo videos for that. So, he's not really a YouTuber anymore, and you remember his whole, like, I'm quitting YouTube, it's all about short form now. Like, okay, whatever. He literally just is on TikTok live all day long, like, doing battles with people, which is essentially a way to beg for money. And his last video that he did that wasn't just promoting his makeup brand was 3 years ago. I finally sold my mansion, moving out of California forever. Okay, so it looks like he hasn't really done anything on YouTube in the past couple years. What I will do is I'll do the same thing that I did with Shane Dawson and just look up Jeffree Star drama, just to see if any drama channels have made any videos about him recently that seem relevant. Jeffree Star was a mess on the Cancelled podcast. I do remember that. That was funny. He just was on there just essentially just like trying to rewrite history and just like downplay what actually happened during Dramageddon, and you know, he's just always talks in such grandiose ways, talks himself up. He's got a huge ego.
Like, when is the last time you spoke to Shane Dawson?
Listen, right now, I can't believe that the conspiracy palette is about to turn 5 years old this week.
I just used it the other day in my
That's
hair.
so
actually.
cool. Yes. 5 years just blinked, right?
Yeah.
Me and him, we were both canceled. Can't even remember why that time.
Well, that's just proof right there that there's no growth or change. Can't even remember why he's cancelled. It's just a joke to him. If you don't remember, the initial like sparking off point of the cancellation was that Tati revealed that Shane and Jeffree actually manipulated her to do the bi-sister video and the takedown of James Charles. I mean, all's well that ends well. It's James Charles who gaffed. But yeah, shady stuff going on in the background, but then also illuminating everything that happened in Jeffree and Shane's past. People were like, okay, this is weird. Especially, yeah, the political climate of the Black Lives Matter movement. People were looking into celebrity and influencers past and bringing it to the surface, as they should, because especially people like Jeffree barely apologized, hasn't shown growth or change, so rightly so, people should know who they're going to support, and that's why they lost as many followers and support and subscribers as they did, because people didn't want to support them anymore. But they'll still have their base audience of people who don't gaff. And I think a prime example of Jeffree Star having not changed is how he continues to try and rewrite the narrative of stuff that's happened in the past and cancellations he was a part of, and continue to believe his own lies. And this video that we're going to watch right now is a perfect example of this, where Jeffree talks about the bi-sister scandal and his opinion of it, trying to rewrite history.
Did it at my birthday dinner.
Yes.
Were you at the birthday dinner?
Yeah, I sat right next to him. I was here. James was there.
What happened from Jeffree Lynn's eyes?
It's a crazy meme of this because of her. No one ever heard my version. They just they saw Tati's video. The birthday dinner.
What actually happened at the infamous
It was the
birthday
height
dinner?
of, it was her birthday, so it was like her friends and family and a lot of normal people, not YouTubers, not people with a lot of money. And to me, it was that height of James's new fame, new money, going batshit crazy and not knowing how to handle it all, and it turned him into a monster.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. James did have a huge ego with his fame and did abuse his power, especially with questioning guys, DL guys, underage guys.
Or he already was that, and the money amplified it. And he really thought, I have money, you're going to sleep with me. It was very disgusting. Doesn't matter who you were, you want him.
And that shit happens so often
weeks
in Hollywood.
of buildup of the ego getting so dark and crazy, and just so many weird things and stories coming out to us and really bizarre things. And the dinner was him at his most disgusting. And there was a 19-year-old waiter who he tricked into his room later that night, and the guy said he wanted to leave, and James was like, I paid for this. You have to hook up with me. I bought the room. But everyone just makes it about sucking in the memes and her stupid ass video, but it was really, as someone that was there, and I'm all about shock value, I'm crazy, it was just disgusting to witness.
Because it's one thing to say something
and
shocking
there's,
for the bit,
Tati's family there, and we all know we're shocking and we can say whatever we want, but when you're at that environment, you don't say crazy. It was all just too much, and it just bubbled up crazy, and we all flew home just horrified by this person, disgusted. I think she really felt like in her heart.
So I really do feel like Jeffree used that opportunity as a way to put forth the idea in Tati's head to take down James. And because, you know, he clearly wanted to be the top of the beauty game, and James was his competitor. Anyway, we don't need to get too much into the deets, but it's just interesting to hear him talk about this so many years later in recent times. This is from like the beginning of this year, I think.
That exposing him as a alleged and all these things was going to teach him a lesson and remove him from the platform. It really wasn't about gummies. I think that was the start of it. Because to me, the gummies was loyalty.
Yak's back.
I'm going to speak for her stupid ass, Tati, you dumb cunt. I'm going to say, let me say.
Misogynistic. Okay, I'm not surprised. Yeah, the Sugar Bear Hair Gummies, of course, we'll remember that Tati Westbrook had her own gummy brand, Halo Beauty, lest we forget. And James promoted Sugar Bear Hair, her direct competitor, so that he could get Coachella tickets.
Let me say one thing for you before you die, you old witch.
I just wish more people would come on Canceled and do
She
this.
is one of the darkest people. One of the darkest people I've ever met.
Really? I don't think I've ever met her.
She got me with the guise of being like, you know, this like
a sweet older woman,
middle aged. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is.
No, I'm only being funny because people will say I'm age shaming. We're really close in age.
I will say that I think, I don't want to defend James Charles, but I do think that what Tati did was kind of unnecessary, especially she was like this mother figure to him, this like mentor. He was like at the time like 21. Like she probably could have like dealt with it offline instead of trying to like ruin his whole career. And she did come back with regrets about that. So I feel like she's had her not retribution, remorseful time. But we'll get to Tati.
No, but it was like,
I'm not age shaming.
Though.
No, her aesthetic was the mother of YouTube, and why would she be a part of any drama and da-da-da? Because she found out a lot of stuff about him. She knew he was evil, and she wanted to remove him. But the gummies was about loyalty. So I think back then it was bizarre because we all kind of had each other's backs. We were all promoting each other. But it was organic, and I just think that it was bizarre for him to take a quick check when he was raking in so much money to promote something when he's did her makeup at the wedding. So it was bizarre to switch up and not promote her products. I did think it was interesting.
Okay.
But that's how Jeffree still feels about it, and he is calling Tati this old witch, not taking any responsibility for the part that he played, manipulating Tati allegedly to make that video about James and the takedown of James so that he could take down his direct competitor in the beauty guru space. I mean, I've seen him on TikTok doing those lives, so I know what he's up to over there. That's for sure, but what he's up to elsewhere. I'm gonna assume that Instagram is the same. Okay, yeah, just still promoting his cosmetics. And I'm assuming these are like, he's doing his makeup reviews, like, is it Jeffree Star approved? That kind of vibe. Let's see.
Sculpting liner stain. This is supposed to last all day. It's sweat proof, waterproof. See the shade range. There is 12 shades, okay? Only $12 is wild. It's a shade of lip lock. Look at that up close. Oh my God. Now.
Okay, so just makeup reviews, whatever. Unboxing.
You've seen the Louis Vuitton makeup line. It's been revealed. There's reviews everywhere. I think we saved the best review.
Okay, so he's essentially just doing makeup reviews, staying out of the drama, so that's good. He doesn't look like he's flexing as much anymore. He's just keeping it low-key. Yeah, okay, well that's, you know, that's decent, that's good. I mean, nothing super iconic anymore, but once again, it's better he just lays low up with all the problematic and drama things that with all the problematic things he's done. So let's check him out on TikTok though. I mean, really where you're gonna see Jeffree shine at the moment. Oh my God, he's literally live right now. That's actually hilarious.
Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy.
Oh, my Wi-Fi not strong enough? What is he doing? Like, he's just like in these like chat rooms.
This song in a minute.
This is why can't I hear anything?
When I lived in Atlanta, I was hanging out with them at the studio, and it was epic energy.
I love going to the studio in Atlanta. I go to
oh, the vibes. Oh my God, yes. I was thinking different. Clap that ass like that blunt, baby. Let's get ignorant. Let's get ignorant. Oh! The Vault Mama is here! Oh my God, Taylor! Hey! In my band. That was hot. Hi, Mary.
Damn.
Oh!
Sorry. This man supposedly has a multi-million friggin' 8-figure makeup brand. And used to live in this giant mansion, like, so iconic, so famous, so big. And this is what he spends his time doing. Sitting on TikTok Live with strangers. Like, battling, doing random shit. Like, this is just so lame. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, all love. I think TikTok Live is just kind of a weird space in general. I think it's a bizarre area of the internet. I'll just say that. But for Jeffree Star especially, like, what are you doing with your time? It's giving pathetic. You're not one drop away from Jason Nash, who begs for galaxies on Live. You know, it's essentially gambling for children, except you don't have any chance of winning anything back. But Jeffree seems to think that he's very different from Jason Nash when it comes to his little TikTok lives. So let's see what he has to say.
So I do live stream on TikTok now. Let's talk about that. I'm a lot, and I see a lot of people hating on other creators.
Me.
So yeah.
Jeffree Lynn, I gotta put this out on the record.
Let's hear it, bitch. Come on.
Okay.
Apologize.
Come on.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say, okay? It is, and I stand on this. Seeing Jason Nash panhandle was maybe one of the highlights of my year. Hilarious. The trajectory of the, cheers to the fall of the Dobrik alumni, right? I just see so many people who have like flocked now resorting to that.
Yeah.
But then I open my fucking page and there's Miss Jeffree Lynn in a battle with 4 people in middle America.
Yep.
So clearly there's something we're
galaxies.
missing and I need to know what it is.
What you're missing is it's an easy and embarrassing way to make money. I don't care how much money you're making. It's embarrassing. It really is. And I don't care if Jeffree will come out and say, like, what someone like me is doing is embarrassing, making content about other people. Maybe, yeah, sure. But there's effort, there's research, there's editing, there's time. You're just propping your phone up and like battling. People are sending you gifts just because you're on TikTok. Like, it's weird. I don't care what anyone says. Watch him try and spin a narrative that makes it seem so like iconic. Because one thing about Jeffree, he's delusional.
Because now I'm like, did I f up? Did I go too far against this? Because if you're doing it, you're doing it,
some people are gonna start
am I
stitching
missing
you
out on a
together,
business opportunity?
Yeah.
Like suddenly I want a galaxy.
So you, that's only $10, but
have you seen me? I've been tipping you. It's my new bit.
It's so
I've been
fun.
going in Jeffree's
So let's
live.
deep dive into it real fast.
Yes.
Why do you think, before I answer any questions about me, why do you think people are so triggered by Jason and make a joke of it? I feel neither way. I think it's funny. It doesn't matter. There's 60-year-olds that cook on live stream and they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, well, because they're actually doing something. I want to actually say that people who are on TikTok live doing something, I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but Jason Nash, if you've ever seen one of his TikToks, is just like staring blankly and make my way, just at the screen, being like, yeah guys, send me a galaxy, oh yeah, oh battle, oh what's up, like he just
Mike, one more Mike. Go Kirsten. One more. Taking it straight up. Mike, hit the target. Yes, Kirsten.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
In other interviews, I don't want to get too sidetracked with Jason Nash, but he said in other interviews, like, he doesn't want to work normal anymore. Like, he knows what it's like to have influence and money after doing the podcast with David, and this is what he can do. Like,
like, do you ever think about going to DoorDash or to like a, did you ever think about going back to like any other job, or was like,
I can't do anything else.
I just never thought it's entertainment or nothing. I don't care what it is. Like,
what would you suggest I do?
No, it's just that
we get a job at Lululemon.
I'm genuinely asking because anytime
this is pretty much the best that he can do when it comes to making money on social media. He doesn't want to go back to having a regular job, which I get. Most people can't do that. I've done that. There was a time where I took a break from YouTube and went and worked in real estate for a year, and like I hated it in the end. Not because I hate being in the real world and working. I've had real jobs just because I hated real estate. And like when I'm low on money, I'll get an odd job here and there. Like I'm not opposed to it. But people who see like big dollar bills on social media in a way where it's super easy for them, they don't want to do anything else. So of course they'll embarrass themselves or panhandle on TikTok to get money from like 8-year-olds who steal their mom's credit cards by giving them a galaxy.
So the problem is he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're cooking, it's one thing.
You're begging children to swipe their parents' cards.
And they are children.
And all of the things that he's done wrong over the years.
Now,
It's like
you do legally have to be 18 or up to gift.
Really?
Rats.
You do. Yes,
Can they tell though?
No. Well,
I've been 18 since like 11 on like MySpace.
I can't breathe. But I think the problem is I am an internet dinosaur. So my logic, because people are, majority people get it. Because I am an e-commerce store. So my TikTok page, minus all the fun lip syncs and makeup reviews, I am an e-commerce store, right? So when I go live, a lot of the times, I am selling products for hours. QVC is what our parents used to watch when we were little kids. They turn it on. There's some old lady showing off a diamond bracelet for $79.99.
Absolutely, darling.
And or the face cream and the
He's not wrong, but if you're buying stuff off of TikTok lives, you need to reevaluate your life and reevaluate your bank account.
Mary Kay and all that. So now it's TikTok. And if anyone's making fun of me, cool because this is the future of beauty.
100%.
So
selling on TikTok's the future, even though they threaten to ban the app in your country every 3 months. Make that make sense.
People are there. There's, I mean, 3 million people go live a day, and there's millions and millions of people. Yeah, whether they have 1 viewer or 10,000, that app is booming, and they make so much money off these creators.
It's just sad to me, and I can speak on this experience because there was a time where I was very depressed in my life and very lonely, and what I would spend a lot of my time doing is just watching people's live streams on TikTok, and it was so like sad that that was the way that I was getting a sense of like social interaction, because I wasn't actually interacting with anyone, a way of like feeling a connection, a way of like a distraction. That's why I just have a feeling like anyone who really is an avid watcher of TikTok live cannot be happy. Maybe that's just based on my personal experience or assumptions. You guys can let me know, but I feel like Jeffree's making it out like this is some like respectable thing when it's just not.
The money is there. It's huge. We sell products. We are the #1 or 2 beauty store this week. App in the world.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's just, he just cares about making money, and that's how he's gonna do it.
I'm also an internet character. I've been around for a long time. I want to learn everything. Just like the YouTube and the beauty world, I immersed myself and I took that bitch over. So I'm like, okay, what are the daily ranks? What are people doing? They'll battle for 12 hours. I have a friend.
What is a battle? Should have asked that before I
don't know if I completely understand.
So I don't get called a panhandler because I'm a real business and I show people how to make money on the app, and it's really great. You can really make a really good income, right?
By taking money from sad people or children.
My friend's mom cooks
I'm like,
all
oh,
day,
shit.
and she makes money just cooking. And instead of working, you know, as an insurance agent, she now makes way more money, 5 times the amount per month. People are watching her cook and gifting and engaging with her, and her chat really loves her, and people really.
Look, anyone can do what they want with their money, and there's ways of like giving a creator money that makes sense to me. Like, for example, I have a Patreon, so you know, like 100 people a month pay me like anywhere between like $2 and $6 a month, and they get access to extended content that is longer than the content on my YouTube channel, and also early access, and then also videos that are exclusive to Patreon. To me, that makes sense because you're paying for something and you're getting something in return. People who have YouTube members and they give them extra content. People who even on TikTok have like subscriptions or Instagram because you're like getting something for your money. But these TikTok battles, you're just watching someone be like, come on guys, give me more gifts. Come on, let's get the battle. Let's do this. Let's do that.
We're gonna drop the love, okay? Thank you, Gabrielle. I love you, baby. Tucci with the Leon. Oh, Anthony, come on. Oh my God, Anthony. Let's go. Oh, fuck you guys, they have a miss. Oh, they have a miss. Let's go big. Let's go big. Oh my God, they have a fucking miss, you guys. I can't breathe.
You're just asking people to give you money so that they can win this battle, and you're not winning anything. They're just winning all your money. It's so weird. I can't. I get into, whenever I talk about this topic, I just like rant because it bothers me so much. And I think it's so embarrassing that Jeffree's involved in it.
Really engage, and they come view you every day. I probably go live 4 or 5 times a week. People look forward to it. It's entertaining. What do I do on live? I'll make bacon in the morning and make $50,000.
I mean, you're so.
There's money there, yes.
$50,000.
Like as
$50,000 alive.
Well, so
that's why I'm gonna say, whether people want to say I don't get called a panhandler. I think that the problem,
You're not giving panhandling.
I think if we were to do it, we might be panhandling because we don't have a business. That like we're not driving people to buy from our business the way that he is. You know what I mean? So it's like if we were to do it, we're not making $50,000. Well,
but
are you making that in sales or?
But he's not just making money from selling his products. He's also making money from the battling and from the gifting. Clock that.
In sales or in gifting?
Both.
Oh.
It depends. So there's some times where I don't know. No. There's some times where I don't sell at all. And I'll just make bacon in my kitchen, in my bathrobe, in my little slippers, Mink Louie. And
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
We'll just hang out and I'll just chat and I'll do a Q&A and I'll just talk about my Vegas trip and what I did and and people will gift and support. But I'm also known as one of the biggest gifters on the app. So if you deep dive and open up the live, everyone has a gifter badge number by their name.
Oh, okay. So that makes it okay. He makes $50,000 and people giving him gifts for making bacon in his kitchen in the morning. But he's one of the biggest gifters, so it'll balances out. Okay, I'm done with the bullshit. So that's what he's up to. If you're curious, I made a couple videos about Jeffree Star, his involvement in the Bi-Sister scandal. Also a video going into his past and all the shady, problematic things he's done. So you can always check that out because he's a horrible person. And it looks like karma got him because he's nowhere near living the lavish life that he used to. Clearly, he makes it out like he bought that ranch in Wyoming for peace. But he probably went there to like not have to pay as much tax because he doesn't have as much money as he used to, I would guess. And also living in a ranch in Wyoming compared to living in a mega mansion in Calabasas, Hidden Hills or whatever, like just because you have a giant ranch in Wyoming doesn't mean you're that rich. Like, it's a state. So, anyway, that's just my opinion on why Jeffree moved to Wyoming, but of course he's going to spin the narrative in another direction. So, once again, let's hear what he has to say. A lot of this information coming from the Cancel podcast. Shout out to you two girls for this messy podcast episode. If you haven't watched it, it's so funny.
Did you have any roots or history in Wyoming?
What was the start where you were like,
property value? Was it money?
Visited?
Like,
I think so. The rumor is that I moved there for taxes. Like, girl, I've lived in California for and Kanye. Remember that? The girl that licked the toilet seat on TikTok made up the biggest rumor.
Ava Louise.
Yeah,
Ava Louise, that like troller, made up that rumor that Jeffree moved to Wyoming because he was cheating with Kanye and having an affair. This was a couple years ago. That was so stupid, but funny.
But I used to do music and I've traveled all over the country, right? I've been to every single state and I passed through Wyoming a bunch. We played there once. It was just so peaceful. And I had a plan when I was older with gray hair and like 60 years old, I was going to live on a big old farm and just be by myself. And then the pandemic and all the drama made me realize I wanted to fast track that plan. That's really what it's about. It's not about money.
Yeah.
I've paid so many tax dollars in this state. It's annoying that people would think that I would move to a different state to escape tax dollars. Like, girl,
you have all the money in the
so
world.
Silly.
I don't even think that's that offensive though. I'm like, yeah,
like, but I just hate when people always make it about financial.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe Jeffree to a certain extent. I do think that he, in the future, wanted to live on a ranch with like animals, like he's an animal lover, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. I can see that. I feel like that's a dream of a lot of famous people, is eventually wanting to retire somewhere quieter. Like LA, for most people, doesn't seem like the place where they want to stay for the rest of their lives, right? But I do think, like he said, I mean, it was fast-tracked because he was part of Dramageddon 3 or Bi-Sister 2.0, the cancellation. So it's not like he could stay there. He was not making YouTube videos the way that he was with the amount of views that he was getting. He was not selling as much, allegedly, in my opinion, from what I've seen, with his makeup brand. So let's be real, he could not afford that mega mansion in Hidden Hills, and he spent ages trying to sell it for a certain price and kept having to lower the price, if I'm remembering correctly, allegedly. So, yeah, sure, but let's not act like it wasn't partly financial. Also, you know, it's also about how he's making his money now. At least before, it was a bit more respectable. Like, you're making quality content and you have your makeup brand. Now you're panhandling on TikTok Lives.
Maybe because I'm
I don't think you needed really help in that department, to be honest.
No, and it's just, I really did it for my mental health. So we're 4 years in.
And it worked?
Yeah, and I'm raising camels and Tibetan yaks, and it's just the craziest, cool experience.
Okay, well, good for you, I guess. So great raising these yaks, and it's so emotional. I mean, they do get killed and put up for food. So it's just, I gotta say, it is funny that he's running like a butcher farm situation and then makeup at the same time. And at his Jeffree Star store in Wyoming, you can buy makeup and yak meat at the same place. It's so funny. Anyway, Jeffree Star is exactly where he should be, panhandling his products to the people who still have not come to terms with the fact that he's a horrible person and still love him. So good for him, I guess, you know, be able to make an income and feed his 20,000 Pomeranians. But I'm losing interest in delving deeper further into him because it just seems like, yeah, all he's doing is the makeup and the lives. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much it with Jeffree Star. You would expect something a little more interesting from him, but no, that's pretty much all we got. After Jeffree Star, since we're kind of in like the Dramageddon space, let's go ahead and look at Tati Westbrook, because Tati Westbrook was pretty integral to the Dramageddon situation with Bi-Sister and all that kind of stuff. Am I conflating them? Dramageddon and Bi-Sister are two different things. No, they're kind of similar, because it's either Bi-Sister or Dramageddon 2.0. The original Dramageddon was with Manny MUA. I was about to say Manny MUA. I always called him that. Laura Lee, Nikita Dragun, Gabriel Samora. Oh my god, should we do like the OG Dramageddon crew and then Dramageddon 2.0. That's a good idea. So we already did Jeffree Star, who was involved in the first Dramageddon. So Gabrielle Zamora posted this picture on Twitter. Bitch is bitter that we're doing better without him or some shit like that, referring to Jeffree Star. Let's check out the other ones. Let's do Manny MUA.
If my crime is being boring, your crime is being nothing.
Oh, girl, you ate me up. I have to admit that you ate me all the way up.
Even though I never really made many videos about Manny MUA outside of the Dramageddon videos that I made. That's all that he was featured on my channel, but let's check him out. He's got 4.83 million subscribers. Manny MUA, his last video was 11 hours ago, so he's very much still posting on YouTube, except his last video was 3 weeks ago, so he's not like super posting a lot, but that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. YouTube videos take a lot more work than TikTok, so if you need a bit of time, that's fine. His views are like, okay, you know, definitely not as much as he used to get a couple years ago, but that's pretty standard for most people on YouTube these days. Everyone's obsessed with short form. I spent $500 on a face full of Marshall's makeup, testing new overhyped makeup. So he's still doing makeup, but it looks like he's like found himself this niche of doing like a combo of like hauls and then testing out the makeup and like doing really cheap makeup, because like Dollar Tree, 2K Maxx. Okay, so you know, he's still keeping the beauty alive. I wonder if he still has his brand. What was it called? It was called like Lunar Cosmetics. That would be interesting. Let's look that up. Out of this world, Luna Beauty. Okay, it's called Luna Beauty. With spelled Lunar. Is it still active? Okay, it still looks active. Is that cool? Good for him. Is this a brand though? Yeah, it is. Okay, cute. Love that for him, that's still a thing. Yeah, Manny was never too problematic. He was just a little greedy, a little bitchy. That was kind of his vibe. So I'm happy for him that he's still posting consistently on YouTube. And he's pulling, you know, okay views for a channel for a channel of his size, it's not really that great. But I mean, it's a decent amount of views in the grand scheme of things. And then let's have a look at his Instagram account. 3.9 mil. What did he do? He did a video with, what is that, his mom? He's still friends with Laura Leach, as some may know her as. So that's fun, that's cute. Looks like they're at some sort of music festival. Cute. He's still living his little influencer life. Nothing too crazy or lavish, but you know, he's doing the same thing. He's doing his ish. I'm curious also to see what everyone's doing on TikTok, because obviously TikTok's really blown up in the 2020s, the past 5 years. So it's interesting to see who's made the transition successfully and who hasn't. So yeah, it looks like he's making makeup videos on TikTok as well. He's pulling okay views. Every now and then he gets one that gets quite a number of views. I mean, that's just the nature of the TikTok algorithm. So that's kind of what he's got going on over there. Oh my god, if you can hear the fan in my laptop, I apologize. Like, I need to get a new Mac so bad. This ish. It's like going off so much. I think because I'm screen recording. I apologize, but it is what it is. So that's what Manny MUA is up to, if you were curious. Let's do the same thing we did before. Manny MUA drama. See if any drama channels have been reporting anything on him. Jeffree Star. Oh no, that was 6 years ago. Okay, 6 months ago. Influencers are done with this brand. So it looks like Manny was part of calling out a brand. So that's not really a drama against him. I was cancelled last year. Oh, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Oh, well, that's pretty much it with Manny. Okay, so he's keeping it chill, keeping it cute, nothing too crazy. Let's check out Laura Lee.
I want to talk to you guys in this video. It's been so hard. So much possible. So hard. It's probably the hardest things I've ever done. I'm so sorry. I can't go out. I'm sick.
Boo, you whore.
I don't know. I'm so overstimulated and distracted with the sound of my laptop. If it could just not, I would appreciate that. Laura Lee is also doing something similar to Manny, where she's just, yeah, still doing the makeup videos, especially like the cheap makeup videos, like flops, viral, whatever the hell. Some try-on haul. Views are similar to Manny, which, like I said, for a channel of this size, is not very good, but in the grand scheme of things is decent. I would garner a guess like that, you know, especially when you have such an old channel, there's a lot of people who would be subscribed who just don't even use their accounts anymore, or who have lost interest and just don't bother unsubscribing. So that's probably why there's like such a difference. Because what they say is like your views are supposed to be like 10% of the subscribers you have. Who knows? I mean, mine currently aren't even that. So I'm definitely not judging them. It's just curious to see, because staying relevant on social media is tough. But yeah, she's just doing hauls, she's doing makeup videos, the same-ish. It looks like everybody is leaning into this like gimmicky, like so much on the thumbnail, like cheap, this, that, like very like the TikTokification of beauty gurus. Because if we go to her popular videos, like it was much more like simple, it was much more like clean, it was much more like, you know, you didn't have to do too much. Now you gotta do like a lot. So it's definitely interesting to see how her and Manny are doing very similar content, very similar thumbnails. That's kind of her vibe. That's enough for Laura Lee. I don't really care to see what she's doing anywhere else. Who else was in that? Nikita Dragun. Let's do Nikita Dragun, because she is something that I'm curious about.
We've had similar situations. We also have very similar
Taste.
tasting, guys, too.
Hot.
Masculine.
Straight. We just want what we can't have.
Yeah,
and
but we get it.
And
Nikita Dragun was part of Dramageddon 1, and she also had a lot of her own controversies and drama. She was a very problematic influencer. I myself made quite a few videos about her, and I even covered her reality show that she had with Snapchat, of all platforms.
I thought, like I said, I thought I made myself just clear, so.
I mean, you never make yourself clear. You're on your phone like every 5 seconds. How are you gonna make yourself clear and then I check my phone and then you're with someone else?
This is so fake. Are you kidding me? They're totally staged. Do you see how he's like smiling? And come on.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
Like,
oh, you're always on this. Like, if it means so much.
Did she just throw his phone? That's a little bit far. Come on, girl.
Go get it. Go fetch. If it means that. Oh, we can be dramatic. We can be dramatic too. Nikita. If you want to be dramatic, it's really not that serious. Be straight up for one.
Oh my god, literally doing this in the middle of a restaurant. Does it get more dramatic than that? I can't.
Nikita posted 8 months ago. The video is Where is Nikita Dragun? And then before that, the last time she had posted was 4 years ago. I don't know if she deleted anything in between there. So yeah, it looks like she's really clickbaiting with her disappearance, and also her face looks very different. I mean, she looks different in general. It looks like she's not fake tanning anymore, but it also looks like she got a couple surgeries. Well, hopefully she does a cute little intro in this video, because I'm not watching this 42-minute video, but let's just see what.
What's up, guys? I just landed here in Korea. Can you believe it? My Dragon Mobile. I don't know where we're going, but hopefully it's Korean barbecue. But do you call it Korean barbecue in Korea, or is it just barbecue? Just barbecue? I don't know. I think right now I'm still like, okay, I landed in LA. I'm Nikita. Nikita.
Okay, it looks like that was just clickbait. It looks like it's just a vlog of her going to Korea, and she's not really addressing where she's been. I know at one point she was imprisoned for like vandalizing a hotel, maybe like a police officer. I'm not like, this is very like vague. I'm pulling from my memory. I think she also was diagnosed with bipolar. I don't know. Let's see what she's up to on the gram. She's got a story out today. What is it? She's getting another tattoo. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, just random shit. This is why I don't look at people's Instagram stories. A video showing off her new tattoo.
Get ready with me to work a normal job as a retired influencer.
Hi guys, so yes, I did that. Just kidding. Today we are learning how to make my absolute.
Okay, so she really is leaning into the whole, like, I've been gone for so long, retired influencer, flop influencer thing. That's fun. I'm really curious when it comes to people like her, who you could tell when they had money really spent it. Like, I don't think she was, like, you know, getting investment properties or stock markets or high yield savings accounts. Like, so I'm curious with people like her who don't really post that much on social media. Like, they're not getting the AdSense checks, they're not getting much of that creator fund coin. Like, she really doesn't post that often. It looks like when was this? This was 20 weeks ago. That's her 4th post. And then, you know, 6 weeks ago. Like, it's not very frequent. And then she's only posted 1 video on YouTube in the past 4 years, and then she's not getting brand deals. So, like, I'm just so curious when it comes to people like this. Like, how do they make money? What is this link in her bio? What is this? Nikita Black. What is it? Oh, it's like contacts. Okay, so she's just like promoting contacts. All right, it's a bit random. What's she doing on TikTok? It's just so crazy. Like, she used to be everywhere. Like, you couldn't escape her. Okay, it looks like she's just posting the same stuff on TikTok that she's posting on YouTube. I mean, Instagram, which are her vlogs. Some of them are getting quite a decent amount of views. So you know what? Actually, I mean, she's in America where they have the creative fund. So she could be getting coinage from TikTok. So that explains that. I think it's so stupid that the only place where you can make money on TikTok through the creative fund is America. That's like so unfair, especially because it's not even an American social media brand and America's trying to get rid of you. So I hate that. Don't even get me started on it. Anyway, so clearly that's what she's been up to. I'm surprised she doesn't have an OF. Like, I would have thought she would have jumped on that bandwagon. It's definitely an easy way to make money, but looks like she hasn't done that. Yeah, I was born a dude. Okay, well, she is trans, but she's like, looks like she's leaning into like the clickbaity, the rage baity, like that kind of vibe, which was always something that she did. She used to do it a lot more successfully. Now she's just not, but her TikTok is pulling hella views. A lot of views. What is this? 18 million views? She's my alibi. Okay, well, this is a nothing burger video. I think the only reason it did well is because this must have been just when she was released from prison, because everyone in the comments is like, wait, she's out of jail? So yeah, and that was in 2024. When is this post from? February. Okay, and that video is not even a minute long, and neither was the other one. So she's barely posting, they're not even a minute long, so she's not making money from this. How is she making her money? Girl. Anyway, that's her business, I guess, but that's what Nikita's up to. Infrequent posting. She was in jail. Let's look up Nikita Dragun jail. Get that tea if you didn't know about that. Nikita Dragun jail. And you know what? That's a hard time for her. I think she had issues even getting into a women's prison at the time. Like, this is really sad. Like, I don't want to pray on her downfall, of course, because this is rough.
I am supreme. I am supreme. I am your supreme. Know your place. Because at the end of the day, these men could take me.
Yeah, it looks like she's in the throes of a manic episode there.
And Your Honor, may I ask one question? May I?
Yeah, that sucks that she was put in a men's prison at first. It's really dangerous. Why was Nikita Dragun in jail? From memory, it's like battery and assault to a police officer or trashing a hotel room or something. Nikita Dragun was arrested and taken to jail after being accused of disorderly conduct, misdemeanor battery, and a felony battery on a police officer at a hotel in Miami Beach in November of 2022. According to the police, she was acting disorderly in a hotel swimming pool area, and when officers tried to respond to the call, she allegedly sprayed them with water. Ugh, that's so dramatic. How is that battery and assault? She sprayed you with water? Boo-hoo, get over it. How long was she in jail for? How long was Nikita Dragun? That's what I used to call her. I had little nicknames for everyone back then. James Chihuahua, Nikita Dragun, Manny MUA, Laura Leach. Nikita Dragun's time in jail is not publicly documented. We don't know how long she was in jail, but she was. So that's where Nikita's at. Doesn't look like she's doing too good. She's kind of seems like a shell of her former self when it comes to, you know, like the what did she used to call it? Pussy stunting. She would pussy stunt on social media and get a bunch of views from that, which it looks like she still does that. And of course you have the jail drama, like the where have I been drama, but she's definitely not like as popping off as much as she used to. I just hope that she's doing well with her mental health, hanging out with her family and friends, living a healthier life. And I think it's seemingly healthy that she's nowhere near on social media as much as she used to. She looks like she just like pops in every now and then, and looks like she's serving Korean doll K-pop realness, so that's what she's up to. It's good that she stopped with the excessive fake tanning. Oh, just scroll down a little bit, you see a bit of that. But anyway, that's what she's been up to. So that's everyone in the Dramageddon space. Who else? Oh wait, let me look up Nikita Dragun drama on YouTube to see if there was anything that we missed. We're doing a real nice catch-up, y'all. Hopefully this video is not too long. Okay, so after Nikita Dragun, we've done Dramageddon 1. Let's get into Dramageddon 2, aka Bi Sister. So Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were involved in Bi Sister 2, aka Dramageddon 2. We've already covered them. The two influences that we have not covered from the Bi Sister drama situation is Tati Westbrook and of course James Charles. So let's do Tati Westbrook first.
It's like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Wow. Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Because Tati, outside of this, was never really in too much drama. I remember she was in some huge lawsuit, and then she had like these like pills that were kind of bogus. I don't know, like just as like multivitamins that are like insanely expensive. I'm sure they do what they say they do, but you can also just get significantly cheaper ones at your local chemist or whatever. So she's got close to 8 million subscribers. What's new at Sephora and Ulta Beauty 6 days ago. 11 drugstore makeup dupes save your cash 13 days ago. 30 product empties, what I'd buy again 2 weeks ago. And she's pulling good views. And it just looks like she's doing what she's always done, which is just makeup videos and doing them pretty consistently. So it looks like she's still doing what she's always done. Nothing really has changed there. We might Google if her lawsuit is over. Is Tati Westbrook's lawsuit over? Don't judge my spelling, guys. I like smash the keyboard when I type, and Google gets it, so it's whatever. Yes, the multiple lawsuits involving Tati Westbrook, her husband James Westbrook, and their former business partner Clark Swanson have been settled, as announced by Tati in August of 2024. The lawsuits, which span for 4 years, were all dismissed with prejudice, and Tati has moved on from her Halo Beauty brand to focus on relaunched her Tati Beauty brand. Okay, that's tea. I'm happy for her then. Well, first of all, she's done with Halo Beauty, so let's all clap and salute for that. I mean, that's part of what caused the whole My Sister situation in the first place, the Sugar Bear hair and the Halo Beauty brand, and James promoting Sugar Bear hair instead of Halo Beauty, all that crap. And she's finally out of this lawsuit that she was stuck in for so long, so I'm really happy for her on that front. And she's still got her Tati Beauty brand. So it looks like she's living it up. Let's check out her Instagram. No one's Instagram is proving to be interesting, but that's kind of par for the course when it comes to Instagram, I guess. But we'll be curious to see what she's doing on TikTok. Oh, you know what? I think Tati does do like live streams on YouTube. I think I've seen that, where she like tries to sell stuff. Beauty Hangout, Q&A, yeah, streamed 4 days ago, streamed 11 days ago. So she's doing her live stream. She's, she's got her core audience. If you got that core audience, even though, she's got 8 million subscribers and she's only averaging about, like 100,000 views, it looked like. So that's essentially, I'm not good at math. How do I do quick math? Oh, why is that flashing Manny MUA? Guys, I'm really not good at math in that way, where you just do it super quickly, but I'm going to try. Okay, so what is 10%? Oh, 10% of 8 million would be 800,000. Yeah, so she's, if you're going to go by that metric, if she was doing good, she'd be getting around 800,000 views, and she's not. But once again, an old channel, subscribers aren't there, like, she can still make good money on these views, and I'm sure being a beauty brand, she has a really high CPM and she gets a lot of sponsors, so that's cool, good for her. In terms of her Instagram, she's got a story up today. I don't know what's going on there. Girl, she's got 8 million on YouTube in her bio. Girl, you don't have 8 million. You might wanna change that. I think it's so cringe when people like put how many subscribers or followers they have on another platform in their bio. Like, okay. What's she doing here? More beauty stuff on the Instagram too. Yeah, okay. Okay. Just your odd assortments of beauty and lifestyle, nothing too interesting. I mean, it's not like she ever did anything that interesting. She just happened to be involved in this drama. Like, she was never doing anything that interesting before anyway. What's she doing on TikTok? TikTok, she is doing the same stuff. Doing her beauty stuff. Same kind of ish. Has she been involved in any dramas? Bye Sister in order. Okay, someone's got a playlist if you're curious about that. Bye Sister 5 years later. Okay, people are still talking about this. yeah, no, it doesn't look like there's anything new when it comes to Tati, so honestly, good for her. Well, yeah, that's pretty much where Tati's at. She's keeping it low, she's keeping it chill, she's doing her hair, she's making her coin, she's selling her beauty products, she's out of the drama, she does not talk to any of those people who are involved in it anymore. So, honestly, good for her. Alrighty, now let's get into the other side of the coin when it comes to the bi-sister scandal. Of course, James Charles.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Homosexuals. Damn homosexuals. The behavior that you exhibited was whore-like. The whore jumped out, and then it jumped back in.
So, James Charles, like I said, haven't been able to escape him. Sure, I could block him, but I don't know. I don't really block people that much unless they're harassing me. I did make a video about James like 2 years ago, I want to say, and he actually reached out to me in the DMs, so that's awkward. Basically, he was just like doubling down on all of his allegations about him talking to underage boys, and there was an article saying like he should have never got cancelled. It was fake news. Okay, whatever. So let's check out his Chan, 24 million followers, so he still has a lot of subscribers, and his last video was 2 days ago, eating cancelled nostalgic snacks from my childhood. Another video 9 days ago, full face of #1 TikTok, eating old freeze-dried food for a day. Weird. Full face of makeup using flavored makeup, trying viral snack foods. It seems like the way that these thumbnails look, I tried every food at Disney World, like it really does seem like he's still catering to that younger demographic. So, not surprised, of course, when it comes to him. And yeah, I mean, he's pulling decent views. I mean, you would think for 24 million subscribers, you might be getting more views, but I really do believe it's because James is just now, he didn't grow with the audience he had. He's just still making content for like that age range of like, I want to say 10 to 16. I don't really know. If you're older than that, I don't know why you would watch him. His content is very childish. It kind of always was, but then he started like skewing older, trying to grow with his audience, and I think he just gave up on that once he realized most of them didn't really support him anymore. So yeah, that's kind of his vibe. I do know he, of course, started Painted. He finally started his makeup brand, whatever. And yeah, like I said, he has managed to gain a new audience of young people, especially on TikTok. I think, what is his Instagram like? 20 million followers. So how many views is he getting? Like, still a lot going on his Instagram as well. It looks like he makes not just makeup, like mainly makeup, but you know, he went on the Labubu trend. He did that video where he was like, Coca-Cola, hello! I don't know if you saw this. Where he tried all the different drinks at Disney.
In Africa, and I got a frozen brown elephant, which is Coca-Cola, hello, and cream liqueur.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. Let's check out his TikTok. Pulling really good views on TikTok, so he'd get paid by that. Looks like he's doing a series renovating his balcony. I know he did like a series where he was like trying to buy a different car. Like, James has really clicked with TikTok. Makes sense. Once again, got that youthful energy about him, that youthful mindset. So he's doing his makeup. He's doing his little sketches, his little challenges. That's his vibe. Okay. Yeah, alrighty, sure. So yeah, James is pretty much seemingly unscathed. I mean, he's obviously getting more views on TikTok than YouTube, but that's just the way social media is now. And these are the kind of views that he was pulling in the height of his YouTube. So he really seems like he's made a comeback from his cancellation. Do I think he should have? Well, no. Let's see if there's been any recent drama with James. 3 weeks ago, James Charles keeps getting exposed by everyone. Wait, so did something happen? Was there another underage scandal? Oh my god, how can I forget? Yes, so Kayla Malik is a famous TikToker who was unfortunately in a abusive relationship, and she's taken her abuser to court and he's gone to jail. It was a very sad story, but then also triumphant for her in the end, so that's great. And James was a dirty, disgusting little sleazebag and was friends with Kayla. Like, they weren't besties, but, you know, they were friendly. And he only knew of her abusive ex through her. And the second they broke up, James invited the ex to his house and got all frisky with them, lied about it, and then later came out and said that he was lied to. Either way, he was in some messy drama. So James very much is still getting into dramas here and there. Nowhere near as much as he used to, but he's still very much in that space. But yeah, it looks like as of recent, the only drama that he was involved in was the Kayla Malik one, which was a huge one. Oh yes, I remember this one. This TikToker, Dawson Mendoza, someone called him James Charles and he found that insulting because, you know, beauty boys don't want to be compared to James Charles because it's a kind of a microaggression when it comes to homophobia. You're just saying they all look the same, even though they do have similarities. But also, obviously, most people don't want to be associated with James Charles because he's incredibly problematic. I would say the people that support James either A, don't care, or just B, don't know. Especially with TikTok, everything moves really fast. So I'm not surprised that James has managed to stay as successful as he has, even after the Kayla Malik stuff, which was insane, because that's why he panders to a younger demographic, because they can't grasp the concept of all the horrible things that he's doing and how bad they are. You know, it just doesn't register to them. They don't have the social skills or the capacity. Yeah, that's basically what's been going on with James Charles. After James Charles, though, it'd be interesting to get into another beauty guru who had a lot of dramas back in her day, and that was Jaclyn Hill.
This is not fair. I got sprayed last night by Jimmy Coco. I have my weave in, and you still look better than me on camera. This is bullshit.
This is pretty white considering how tan I am. I really have to.
Do you see how white mine is right now, Kim? Can we please just
What are we gonna do?
Hi guys, so yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check, but that's not who I really am, you know what I'm saying? Like,
remember Jaclyn Hill had her fuzzy moldy lipsticks? Oh, that was such a fun drama. Let's see what Jaclyn Hill is up to today. But I never even made videos about Jaclyn Hill, actually, so what's the point? Did I make videos about Jaclyn Hill? I don't remember. Either way, top 40 items on Prime, current makeup tutorial. I tried a GLP-1 for 3 months, my current Amazon must-haves, in-depth makeup. Yeah, she's doing good. She's pulling great views, actually. She's getting that 10% of her subscribers almost, so that's great. And it looks like her content is varied. She doesn't just do, you know, one thing, so that's good for her. Good for Jaclyn. I don't think she's been in any dramas. Let's check that. I think she's more on the TikTok side of things. Random. She's not pulling too much on TikTok, but, you know, she's there. Okay. She been involved in any drama? No, nothing new. Good for her. Alrighty. Well, that's Jaclyn. Off to Jaclyn. Who else do we want to do? Let's do Trisha, because
I wonder is Selena Gomez named Rare Beauty because she has that rare disease?
Oh, I don't think she named it after lupus.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I think it'd be cute. To just have something rare about you is special.
Can we just also say we don't actually need gravity? Like, we actually don't need it.
What do you mean that we don't need gravity?
What if it was never invented?
Trisha is very much still on social media. She's had a huge resurgence. And I still keep up with Trisha. She is doing really, really well. She just had her 3rd child, Aquaman, which kind of a crazy name, but, you know, it's her child, live your life. And she, yeah, doesn't really get involved in many problematic things these days. She's very, you know, PC. She's very respectable. She's very chill. She doesn't do any rage-baity stuff. Like, she's very much reformed and is kind of proof that you can change if you're at your core not a horrible person and you actually show that over years and years and years. She's still posting on her main channel quite frequently, very like random stuff, you know, about her life and all that. But definitely where she is most visible is on her podcast. She's got a really successful podcast. I used to really enjoy her podcast when she posted it weekly, but now she posts like 3 times a week and those videos are so long. I just gave up. I felt like I couldn't keep up with it. Like, you know, this is like that's like 5 hours of content in 1 week. It's a lot, but if you have the time, her podcast is really enjoyable. Her co-host Oscar is really fun. She used to do a lot of interviews. It doesn't look like she's doing many at the moment. She's mainly doing hot topics, but yeah, really great, successful podcast. I'm not going to check her Insta and TikTok too much, but she posts around there too. And as far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any drama with Trisha. She's very successful, really turned things around. She's even, you know, got into traditional media spaces. Like I know she was at the Wicked Red Carpet. She was on SNL. She had her Trisha Paytas Eras tour. She's really probably the most successful of the bunch. after James, who's also successful, unfortunately, but at least Trisha's doing it in a way that's, you know, respectable. So good for her. And there's been no recent drama with her besides the name that she made for her son. And that's another fun thing with her kids that I haven't touched on because I haven't been making content about influencers the years that she's been having kids. But every year she had a child. She had Malibu Barbie Paytas, which was when Queen Elizabeth died. That she had Elvis, which is when the Pope died, or the Prince of whatever died. No, the Pope died, and then Ozzy Osbourne with this one. I don't know. All I know is for some reason, whenever she pops out a kid, some big celebrity dies. So it's very funny. Obviously not funny for the people who are dying, rest in peace, but it's the internet. Like, that's just how we do. Dark sense of humor, you know the drill. But that was fun for her too, I guess. And her joke of a previous co-host on the Frenemies podcast, Ethan Klein, who is disgusting, can't stand that guy. He said some disgusting comments about her and her fertility, saying she lied about it. Her fertility is none of your business. People's fertility changes. He's definitely super bitter because his channel did the best when Frenemies was on it, and ever since Frenemies stopped, their views have been tanking. And of course, you know, he's just bitter about that. And then also Trisha and Moses don't really talk to Ethan and Ela, and Ethan just says crazy things. So he's definitely on the decline and Trisha's on the incline, so I love that. Speaking about Trisha, let's look at one of her co-hosts on one of her podcasts, which is Not Loveline. I listened to a couple episodes of this podcast. It's okay, it's not really for me. It's basically just where Tana and Trisha get call-ins from their fans and they just read out their crazy stories, give them advice. So that's cute for them. Tana and Trish have a really cute friendship. Trish is like in her wholesome era, and Tana's trying to replicate that and have her own wholesome era. And I think Trish has become somewhat of a mentor to Tana, or like an inspiration. I don't know. But yeah, they've got this podcast, which is cute. And then, speaking of, that's just the perfect segue to get into Tana. So Tana on her own channel still posts, very sporadic, but she does still post. I don't know if she still does OF, and I don't care to look. But on her main channel, she's still posting and getting pretty good views, so good for her. Some of her videos I have watched and I enjoyed, like this Paris vlog was good. Like when she's been going on these vlogs while she's been on tour, she had a videographer, so that was nice, really good quality. Like she's actually improved her quality, which is good. And Tana doesn't get into any super problematic or weird stuff these days. She gets into minor dramas, which honestly helps with the cancelled podcast. So yeah, she's doing really well, and she's also managed to turn her career around, and in a way similar to Trisha. And I don't know what her presence is like on TikTok. Every now and then a TikTok of hers comes up, but it's usually just her talking to the phone. Like she doesn't have a whole production over there. I mean, she's got a lot of followers on TikTok. She actually got more followers on TikTok than she does on YouTube. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but it's usually just her talking, telling funny stories, or little anecdotes. And on her Instagram, she's being like an Insta-baddie. I'm pretty sure. Let's check that out. Tana Mongeau. Yeah, I'm kind of speeding through Tana and Trisha because it's not surprising to me. I do keep up with them. I have been aware of what they're up to. Cute pic. She doesn't look like she's face tuning as much anymore. I know she's on Ozempic or Manjaro, whatever it is, the GLP, whatever. She spoke about that. So that's some information if you wanted to know that. But the most interesting thing with Tana as of late is that her podcast co-hosted with Brooke Schofield is coming to an end, the Cancel podcast. I actually saw the Cancel podcast live in tour, and this is one of the few podcasts that I really do listen and keep up with. I think they tell really funny stories, and I like her and Brooke's dynamic. And yeah, it's kind of a bummer that the podcast is coming to an end. I think it's unnecessary. They've got one more episode after this one that just came out. But I do want to make a video about the ending of the Cancel podcast and what went down and why this is all happening and just my opinions on it. So let me know if you want me to do that. So I'll probably save a lot of my thoughts on the Cancel podcast and Brooke and Tana and their dynamic and all that for that video. But overall for Tana, I feel like Tana has changed for the better. I think Tana really, you know, she's been sober for a decent amount of time. She just bought a house in Maui. She's in a long-term relationship. Like, she's no longer doing the crazy stuff she was before, but she still has a fun personality, and she makes really fun content, and I think that she's definitely changed for the better, and she isn't really involved in like any serious dramas. Like I said, the dramas that she's involved with are usually pretty minor. Brooke, however, has had quite a couple intense dramas, but I'll talk about that in my cancelled video. We'll talk about Brooke more there. But yeah, all of Tana's dramas usually just surround stuff to do with her and Brooke and stuff to do with the friendship group. So it just feels very forced, like the drama that happens with cancelled. I don't know why it happens. You know, people just love to pit them against each other. We really need to save it for that. But actually, one that did happen that I never ended up discussing on my channel was Tana revealed at one of her live shows that Cody Ko had sex with her when she was 17, when he was 25. So Cody Ko actually ended up getting cancelled from that, leaving YouTube for a couple months and then coming back. So, you know, that's something that's involved with Tana. But like, at the end of the day, like, she was the victim in that situation, and that just happened and it came out. I mean, she told it at her live show. You're not supposed to film at the live show, so it's what it is. Cody Ko's always been a weirdo, so I don't gaff about that. But that's the update with Tana. Next up, I want to do a really interesting YouTuber and influencer who's kind of disappeared a little bit and had some really interesting, crazy stuff happen over the couple years with her, and I have no idea what she's up to now. So I want to look into Gabbie Hanna and see what she's up to.
What if I'm the monster that's been here all along? People love that I hate myself. People love that I hate myself. I climbed out of my head and watched myself implode. A thought without a body ought to be the shot to take a load off. My brain is poisoned and I'm searching for the antidote. But every time I find it, my defenses scream, oh no you don't. Whoa.
Alrighty, let's go over to Gabbie Hanna's YouTube channel. Oh, she changed it back to the Gabbie Show. Okay, going back to her roots, I guess. 5 million subscribers. A long overdue apology. Exodus. Alone in the Universe. Okay, looks like she's still doing her music. IDK. I am deeply depressed. Spyro explains Dungeons and Dragons. My stretch routine. Vlogmas in July. Okay, she's just like doing like random little vlogs, which are, for her size channel, getting a very small amount of views. That's quite surprising. Okay, but let's check out this video. I'm curious about this. A long overdue apology. That's got a lot of views. So what's this about?
Today is September 10th, 2024, which means exactly 10 years ago today, a decade ago today, I posted my very first YouTube video. It was a Q&A, nothing special except my hair. My hair was absolutely positively majestic, but naturally, when you come across like a big milestone, like a 10-year anniversary, it makes one reflect. So I've been reflecting. And as I've reflected on the past 10 years of my life, my career at large, I feel like I owe a lot of people apologies. So I wrote some notes. I have a list. Okay, so the first bunch of people that I'd like to say thank you and I'm sorry to is anyone I've ever worked with, from collaborators, producers, management, agents, anyone from PA.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to to watch this. She's gonna apologize to anyone she's ever screwed over. Okay, good for her, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look promising based on the comments. Someone said to apologize to everyone and no one at the same time is a talent. She definitely has. The least sincere apology I've ever seen. You know exactly who deserves an apology. It's such bull. Oh my god. Alrighty, well, okay, she's just doing funny stuff. I do know she's gotten into religion in a way that some people do when they don't know what else to do.
I can believe this, because God is this f***ing awesome. It was a treasure hunt for the Garden of Eden, Heaven's Gates. Oh my God, you want to see the forbidden fruit?
Because she's got a little Bible verse here. James 5:16. So to admit your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you will be healed. Period. Bars. Okay, Gabbie. Good for her, I guess. Yeah, but I know that like she's like a yoga instructor, a Pilates instructor. I've heard that she went really religious and she also became a Zumba instructor or something. And that she performed at she moved back to her hometown, like she left LA. She performed at some like, I don't know, little music thing in her town. Like, she's like still doing her music, but not successfully. But yeah, that's what she's up to. She also had that huge manic episode where she was posting like 50 TikToks a day for days and days and days.
That's God's tongue licking her pussy, and this is her bleeding vagina. He parted the Red Sea, dude. They're so horny and hilarious. They're perfect.
Saying that there's babies in the street. There's babies in the street.
He's praying for him. There's babies on the street.
And then some guy had gone into her house.
My friend who texted me and told me to get the stranger out of my house. I think he meant well too.
Yeah, I think so.
But Nicholas is good. And we're gonna go for a run because we already prayed and had our coffee and listened to music.
Yes.
I'm so happy I met you this morning.
Yes.
Thank you for knocking on my door, Nicholas.
Yes.
So what you're seeing with some of these influencers like her, Nikita Dragun, is that their mental health really takes a downward spiral. Like, social media is not the healthiest for everyone. In terms of recently, has she been involved in any dramas recently? I'm curious. The Gabbie Hanna experience, that'll be about her well-documented manic episode, How to Ruin Your Reputation, 170 videos in 3 days. But nothing as of recent since her huge manic episode on TikTok. That's pretty much all that's happening with her. What's going on with Gabbie on Instagram? On TikTok. What's she up to? Wait, what does her music sound like now? I probably can't play it because it'll get copyright claimed. Okay, she's still posting those quotes that she does, maybe lyrics from her song. Don't be anxious about what you will say, but say whatever is given to you in that hour, for it is not you who speaks, but the Holy Spirit. Mark 13:11. Okay, Bible verses, sure. And then, like I said, her little performances, she's in a relationship. They look like they're like youth workers or something. Daughter to the king, okay. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is sometimes when people are not well or manic, they can also tend to lean into religion in a very intense way. So I can't say that I know that she's well. Jesus healed me too. Okay. It's not saying that if you're religious, you're not well. I'm just saying that that is something that people who go through manic episodes can sometimes do, is lean into grandiosity or lean into religion heavily, all that kind of stuff, when they're lost in life. I mean, you know, look at Shawn Mendes. Didn't he join a cult? Has Gabbie been posting on TikTok, though? Let's have a look at that. What if I'm the monster who's been here all along? We're dropping like flies whenever you're around. So used to comfort when there's comfort in the sound. I think Gabbie might have deleted her account.
I'm the monster that's been here all along. Can you tell me where we went wrong? At least tell me just to move on.
Can you believe this has been my natural color this whole time? I did like everything in my power to change it. Blonde, green, blue, pink, yellow, like every color. My hair has been every color, and just look at my natural hair. Like, it's so good with my skin tone. It's so just like dimensional and beautiful, and like look at the natural texture. I love my hair so much.
Okay, Gabbie, she just thinks that she's having profound thoughts, sure. Well, that's what she's up to. Same old Gabbie Hanna. Not too much has changed. She's just calmed down a little bit, it looks like. So what if I'm the monster that's been here all along? Okay, next up, somebody that Gabbie used to be friends with and feature in their vlogs. Let's see what David Dobrik's up to. The man who famously flung his best friend into a crane and almost blinded him and killed him possibly with brain injuries, and then just didn't want to pay his medical bills.
Guys, a lot of you guys are wondering why I had to delete my last vlog, and that's because I made an offensive joke that at the time I didn't think was too offensive. But after reading some comments, I realized that a lot of you guys didn't like it as much as I thought you were going to. For those of you guys who found the vlog to be offensive, I'm sorry you did. For those of you who didn't find it to be offensive, I'm sorry they did.
Got that same ass stank ass profile picture. 17 million views. I remember he stopped vlogging like forever ago. Oh! Okay, looks like he's back to his vlogs. Not me having watched that video. I don't even remember that. Lol, yeah, he like came back to the internet with abs. He's like, I'm different now. I have abs, period. Okay, but he looks like he posts the vlogs kind of randomly, like he's like testing the waters. Does he still have that laugh? Let's have a look.
Lose him!
Go, Natalie. Go, go, go.
Natalie. Stop!
We have
transformed the house into the Beverly Hills Hotel for my birthday. Here's a quick tour.
Like David Dobrik, after such a long break from vlogging, just decided to come back to it. I feel like I'm in 2020 again. He seems to be doing it kind of sporadically. It looks like he's only really started doing it regularly like a month ago. So that's what he's up to. Sure. I mean, I don't really know what to say about that. I don't really gaff, obviously, about David Dobrik. Hopefully he's paid Jeff's medical bills. I don't know if he has. You should have just paid the bill from the beginning. Apologized, paid the bill, and that would have been it. Like, you literally almost killed your friend and basically blinded him and gave him brain injuries. Like, if you had just done the right thing, first of all, shouldn't have been doing dangerous things to your friends in the first place, but just, like, paid that bill, you might have been better off, because people are still talking about it to this day because it was that shitty of you to do. But, of course, there's still those people who aren't going to care because he's getting millions of views on those vlogs that he is posting. So, you know, doesn't seem like he's that unscathed. You just have to take a long enough break and then come back, and then Bob's your uncle, you're back to normal. Anyway, that's what's up with David Dobrik. I really could not care less about him. Let's go ahead and check up on the Ace family. The last people we'll be looking at in this video.
They ain't taking my shit. Damn, they literally ransacked and just took. Oh, they didn't even take the Gucci. They didn't even. I guarantee you, these people didn't even know what Gucci is. Oh hell no.
There's this part in the video where he is walking around looking at what's been taken and what hasn't, and his daughter, who is 2 years old, might I add, is standing at her bedroom looking, and he's like, "Oh no, baby, did they like take your stuff?"
Well, let's check Elle's room. Elle, baby, let's see what they took. Baby, they ransacked your closet. Baby, they took your stuff. You okay?
I'm sorry, if my house was robbed, I would take my 2-year-old daughter the fuck away from there. You don't know who's still hiding there. And besides that, it's just a traumatic experience. No child wants to think that they have been robbed. Like, trust me. I made a couple videos about the Ace family in my drama era because I hated them. Back then, family vlogging wasn't as popular as it is now. Now pretty much everyone posts their kids on social media. I still disagree with that. But yeah, I hate family vloggers. I think it's exploitative. I think it's weird. Yeah, I do know that Ace family is like disbanded or like no longer a thing because the helm of the Ace family, Austin McBrew and Caitlyn Piaz, I think her name is, Catherine, not Caitlyn, got divorced because he was cheating on her repetitively. She went on the Call Her Daddy podcast and talked about that, you know, talked about everything that went down there. She's in a new relationship, he's in a new relationship, they're cordial with their kids, I guess, but they don't make Ace family content together anymore. Which, thank God for that. Hopefully those kids get to live a normal life. I doubt it though. But does Austin post on his own channel? Whoa! 5 days ago, ooh, only 9.5 thousand views. Oh, that's Austin McBroom Live. Got a live stream channel? Okay. Doesn't look like he's doing that much on the YouTube. What about Catherine? We're dropping like flies. Yeah, on the Call Her Daddy podcast. I watched that, even though Alex Cooper is infuriating. Welcome back, Daddy Gang. Whoa, that is so crazy. Love that. I'm obsessed. Alrighty, well that's it. I honestly have a headache. This has not been a fun trip down memory lane. Oh, but it is good to now just kind of have a baseline where we're like all caught up with these influences I used to make videos on. Definitely seems like there's not as much interesting or newsworthy stuff that's been going on with many of them like there was back in the day. It seems like a lot of the drama with influencers is now with the TikTokers. But I don't know, I thought it would just be fun to catch up with these influences that I used to make videos on back in my drama commentary era, just so that we can kind of dip our toes back in that. Do a little test the water, see if this is content that you guys want from me. Not like this, obviously. This is just like a baseline recap, whatever. But yeah, I want to make a video about the cancel podcast and why it's ending, and you can let me know if that's something you want, and if there's other things you want me to talk about. I'm going to try and make a couple drama commentary videos about things that I find interesting, things I have an opinion on. Definitely not going to be like your daily news source of drama or anything like that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I, for one, found it extremely enlightening to see what all these people were up to and to see who has changed and who has not. Let's say who's changed for the better. I would say Trisha Paytas, Tana Mongeau have definitely changed for the better. I think Manny MUA, Laura Lee, and Tati Westbrook, they're doing good. Looks like they're just keeping to themselves. That's good for them. I think who's changed for the worse,
or it's just kind of like icky is like David Dobrik and James Charles. They're just kind of like still doing well even though they're icky, gross. Like they just like found an audience that like doesn't care about them. Who's fell off? I would definitely say Jeffree Star has fallen off. Nikita Dragun has fallen off. Jaclyn Hill kind of fallen off. I mean, most of these people have fallen off really. And then Shane Dawson's just doing what Shane Dawson does. It really seems like what we can garner from all of these big YouTubers and influencers is that if you're big enough, even though you're really problematic and have done horrible things, if you have enough of a core audience who doesn't care, yeah, you won't get the crazy views you used to, but you'll still be able to get enough to live off of comfortably and make your content. Or you do what James Charles does and you just like pivot, you know, you just make content for even younger people who can't comprehend the horrible stuff that you did and weren't around for it. So if you're a problematic influencer watching this and you want to figure out how to either, you know, maintain and not fall off or grow with a different audience, that's how you do it. But yeah, that's basically where we're at with all of these influencers. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below any of your thoughts. I'd love to hear your opinions on these influencers and anything you want me to discuss in future videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you don't miss another upload from me. And if you haven't already, check out my Patreon and all my other content that I've posted recently. If you're interested in the Kardashian series, the Vampire Diaries series, new videos have gone up in those series that I post on my channel. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next one. And as always, I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye!